All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome to my trade recap. Today is June 30th. Took one trade today. It was a break even. So let's go over that shit. So today was a no news Monday coming into the market. So I wasn't expecting really a lot of volatility. However, I was expecting at least some better than what we got. Anyways, I don't know why my computer's so laggy. Let me get this off the screen. Okay, whatever. All right, so coming into the morning, I was extremely bullish on the higher time frames just because let's take a look at it. That's what trend we're in, right? We're respecting bullish PD arrays while disrespecting bearish PD arrays. Same thing on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is extremely bullish. However, today I did end up taking a short, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let's go back down to the 5 minute. All right. So as market opens, price just shits the bed, right? As it shit the bed, we created a 5 minute for value gap, which is going to be, I mean, I have it marked out already, but to this car alarm out fucking front. So here's our 5 minute unfilled. And then from there, we also create a 15 minute as well, which has not appeared yet. Cool. So here is our 15 minute. Dude, that card is going to make me rage. So now we have a 5 minute and a 15 minute, right? So we opened lower, cool. We swept out London lows. I believe we swept out Asian lows as well on both. So there was no SMTs. However, we did take out those significant pools of liquidity. From there, I wanted to see price accumulate around 9:45, 9:48-ish to 10 o'clock. I wanted to see 10 o'clock come lower like this. So what I wanted to see was this, essentially. And I wanted to see 10 o'clock sweep these lows, and then we can take an inversion to this, or to both of these actually fair value gaps as a mech model. However, what we ended up getting was a 10 a.m. open high instead of an open low. So where's the 10 o'clock candle? So yeah, here's the 10 o'clock. We're accumulating on the 1 minute, and then 10 a.m. opens higher. From there, we filled both fair value gaps, the 5 minute and the 15 minute. And then we inverse this 2 minute gap. So as soon as we inverse this 2 minute gap, I went ahead and entered. I didn't enter directly on the inversion of the 2 minute, which I should have. I was probably on my phone or doing some bullshit. However, I entered based off that. My first target was going to be the sell side right here. And my second target was going to be the new week opening gap that we have over here. Here's what the new week opening gap looked like. There's a little hole in the market. So that was going to be my second take profit. I wasn't going to leave a whole bunch of contracts running. I think I went on 5 on my live account. I was going to take 4 out right here, leave a runner. And then I went on 8 on my evals. I was going to take out, I think, 6 or 7 right here and leave 1 or 2 to go down. However, after we inversed this 2 minute gap, let's see what price did. Price came down, hit my break even. I then moved my break even point to about this general area right here. Let me mark it for you because I wanted it to cover the fees at least of me entering my position, right? So from there, my break-even point, it got hit again, and then price retraced up and stopped me out in profit. I did make actually around like $2,000 today across all 18 accounts. However, in my books, it's a break-even day and not a win, even though I am up in profit. But whatever 2,000 divided by 18 is not much per account. So not really much to be celebrating about. And then as you can see, the rest of the day just went sideways. There was literally nothing the rest of the day. I stayed in the market till about, I want to say about 11:30 or 12, and literally just seen chop, and I couldn't handle it no more, so I just left. PM came around, and it accumulated and it manipulated lower towards, I don't even know what this candle was. It was a 60-point candle. Looks like a fucking spider. I don't know what it was, but it looked like a news candle. I don't think it was news. I don't think we had news. Let's take a look. At 1 o'clock, someone spoke. What time did that news candle come out? At 1:45. Yeah, so I don't know what that candle was. And then price ended up in the PM and ended up ripping up with no retracement. So that's how the rest of the day went. Like I said, a 1 break even today did end up making about $2,000. However, in my book, I count it as a break even, not a win, not a loss, right? Tomorrow we can be looking at somewhere like maybe we sweep out this PM high that just took out, which is now the all-time highs. And then we can target the new week opening gap. But we'll see what price ends up doing overnight and the rest of the day today. So with that being said, that's all for today. That is the only trade I took today. Today is 6:30, and I will be back at around 9:15, 9:20 in the morning tomorrow with a daily bias.